Wrapper class कर रहे हैं हम
Correct,
लोग.
correct. We were discussing about wrapper class. So, can anyone tell me what is wrapper class and why we are using it? Anyone other than Smith? Yes, anyone? What is wrapper class? Why we are using it? Okay. Okay, then other than Jatin, if you have gone through the concept which is wrapper class, then briefly summarize the topic so that we can discuss more on all the wrapper classes. Today I'm going to complete the topic which is wrapper class.
सर
Fine.
क्या नहीं.
Yes, you can.
Sir,
सर उसमें वो होता है प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप्स को कंटेंट उसमें कंटेंट होता है वो.
Okay. So what is the advantage of having wrapper class in Java? See, these are the very basic topics and it will be there in all the object-oriented languages. So if you want to have strong grip on the programming languages, then you should know what are these basic concept. What is constructor? What is inheritance?
सर
What is
वो जो
distribution?
डेटा टाइप्स है वो ऑब्जेक्ट में कन्वर्ट करने में हेल्प करते हैं.
Okay. See, many a times we may have certain requirements that we want to convert the value of object into data types, or let's say data types into object. Then for that, for normal classes, you cannot do that. For that, the concept of a wrapper class is there, using which you can convert your primitives into objects and objects into primitives, right? And for that, as you have already discussed with me, that there are two concepts, which is auto boxing and unboxing. If you remember, whenever you want to convert your primitives into object, then that concept is known as auto boxing. Whenever you convert your objects into primitives, then it is unboxing. And every time you don't need to use any methods, automatically if it can be done, then it is known as auto boxing and unboxing, if you remember. Fine. So let me just share my screen. Today we are going to discuss more on wrapper class, because there are 8 wrapper classes, if you remember. Can anyone tell me what are those 8 wrapper classes which are available in Java? Anyone?
सर वो आप उसकी बात कर रहे हो कैरेक्टर और वो सब
Correct.
जो आपने लिस्ट की
integer,
उस दिन.
Integer, character, then
character, byte,
byte,
फ्लोट.
float,
float,
double,
double,
Short, long,
so
float,
and long.
Boolean.
primitive,
Boolean, very good.
primitive,
So primitive is not a wrapper class. Primitive means data types. So you can say that whatever data types we have, for each data type there will be dedicated wrapper class. If I talk about integer data type, then integer wrapper class is there. If I talk about boolean data type, then boolean wrapper class is there. Similarly for all the other primitives, for float, for long, short, double, for each and every data type, there are dedicated wrapper classes. And the use of wrapper classes, you can convert your primitives into objects, or you can convert your objects into primitives using the concept of auto boxing and unboxing. And other than this, there will be n number of inbuilt methods in each wrapper class, and there will be few static methods, there will be few non-static methods. So as per your requirement, you can use appropriate methods, and that's why the concept of wrapper class has been introduced, because we have 8 wrapper classes, and in each wrapper class there will be many methods, right? And using those methods you can perform your task easily, so you can fulfill your requirement by using the methods, and that's why people are using a wrapper class. Is it fine? Any doubt? Do you need more clarification in this? Otherwise we will start with the integer wrapper class, and I will let you know how many methods are there and how you can use appropriate methods to fulfill your requirement. But before I start, if you have any doubt, if you want more clarification, then tell me. Any doubt so far? Okay, great. What about others? Okay, fine. So now let me just share my screen. So if you remember, this is what we were doing. Fine. We have created one main class. Inside the main class, you can see here there is one variable, integer a is equal to 50. So this is my primitive, and what I am doing, I am assigning the value of my data type to object. Here b is the object. Why? Because it's a reference variable of this class. Integer is not data type. Int is the data type, but integer is not a data type. It is an inbuilt class, and which is wrapper class. Are you getting me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So here you can say that integer is a wrapper class, b is an object, a is a data type. So what I'm doing, I'm converting this data type to object, and that's why it is known as autoboxing. So without using any extra methods, I can do it. Java internally allows it. You don't need to use any methods. But still, if you want to use the methods, then also you can do it. See, you can go and you can see this statement. Integer c is equal to integer dot value of a. So here what I am doing, I am using value of method of integer class. And as you know, value of method is this static method, and that's why I'm accessing it using class name. So what I'm doing, I am using value of method to convert the value of primitive into object. Here also I am doing the same thing. I am converting primitive into object. So in the first line I am not using any methods, in the second line I am using methods. If I am not using any methods and still if I can do it, then that concept is known as autoboxing. Primitives to object. This is not autoboxing. Conversion has taken place, but this is not autoboxing. Using this method also you can do it. Same way, here what I have done, I have created an object of integer wrapper class. The object is in. Now what I am doing the reverse thing. I am assigning the value of object to primitives. I am assigning the value of object to primitives. So it means I am converting object into primitives. And if I can do it without any methods, then that concept is known as unboxing. Fine. So this is done automatically. That's why it is known as unboxing. In the below statement, you can say I'm using one of the method. Int value. This is the method. And this method is not a static method because I'm accessing it using object. Object.method. So int value is the method of integer class using which I can assign the value of object to primitives. So using this statement also I can do the same thing. Fine, but if I don't use any method and automatically if I assign it and if it can be done, then it is known as unboxing. Is it fine? Any doubt regarding autoboxing and unboxing?
Nope. No doubt, sir.
Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So now today what we are going to do, we are going to discuss each wrapper class in detail. And as I said, we will not be able to cover all the methods, but the methods which are very useful to you, that we will try to cover. And later on, as per your understanding, you can explore all the remaining methods. Because in each wrapper class there are many methods. So it is never possible to convert all the methods here. But you can do it by your own, but you should know how to access the methods and which method is useful for what purpose, that you need to aware about. And so we will start with the integer wrapper class. I will let you know how you can use integer wrapper class, then how you can use character and all the other wrapper classes. So now for each wrapper class, what you can do, let me just give the demonstration. So now auto boxing and unboxing has been done. So what I will do, first we will see how you can create or how you can access the methods of integer wrapper class. As you know, there are mainly 8 wrapper classes. If I talk about all the wrapper classes, then integer, then boolean, float, character, long, short, byte, double. Yeah, so these are the wrapper classes. And in each wrapper class, there are few methods which are common. Fine, I will show you which are the methods which is there in all the wrapper classes and what is the use of those methods. So now let's say I want to find how many static and non-static methods are available in integer class. So what I will do, first I will create an object of integer, and then using that object I will try to see how many methods are available, what is the use of each and every method. Then in the other case I can simply access the method using class name if the methods are static. In that case I will never use object. I will write integer dot and then I will get list of all the methods. Fine, so let me first try to find how many non-static methods are available, and as you know, to see how many non-static methods are available in integer wrapper class, what should I do now? I want to see how many non-static methods are available in integer wrapper class. So now what should I do? Anyone?
ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करेंगे.
Very good. We need to create an object of integer wrapper class. So let me create an object. Now you know how to create an object of any class. Class name, which is integer, then object, let's say in equal to new, again class name, and while creating object you can see I can pass string value as well as I can pass integer value also. There are two constructors which are available. As far as integer wrapper class is concerned, I can go with integer value as well as I can pass string values also. Fine, and accordingly I can convert the value of string to integer and all those things we can do. But as of now let me go with integer value. So what I will do, I will give any value as a parameter. So I have created an object of integer and this object will refer this value which is 10. Are you getting this? I have created an object of integer wrapper class and this object refers 10 because as a parameter I have given 10. Are you getting this statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now I want to see
Sir,
how many.
sir.
Yes, yes.
સર આ 10 એટલે string ની size આપી તમે.
No, it is an
એમને
integer value. It is an integer
Okay.
value. Yeah. Now I want to see how many non-static methods are available in integer wrapper class. So can anyone tell me how can I come to know that how many non-static methods are available? I have already created an object. Now what should I do?
Sir?
Sorry?
Can I, sir?
Yes.
In dot.
Correct. If I write in dot, then you can see I am getting list of all the methods which are non-static methods of integer wrapper class. See, in each method, whenever you go and you will click, you will never find that it is static method. Are you getting me? Just a minute, guys. I'll take 1 minute only.
કીર્તન ભાઈ ચાલુ છે.
Yes, so now as soon as I write in dot, and you can see I'm getting list of all the methods, and you will never find static keyword because all the methods are non-static, because I am accessing it using the object of class, right? And each and every method is having certain specific task. See, if you go and if you can click on byte value, then you will find the description. It returns the value of this integer as a byte. So if you want to convert integer into byte, then you can use this value. You can use this method. હાલો, મારે lecture ચાલુ છે. હા, જોઈ લ્યો ને મોકલો ને કોઈને. So if I want to convert this integer value into byte, then I can use this method so that 10 will be converted in byte. Similarly, if I want to compare two integer values, see, compares two integer objects numerically. So if you have certain requirements that you want to compare two integer value, whether both the values are equal or not, using this method, then you can do it. It will simply compare two integer objects numerically. Otherwise, whenever we compare objects, then it will go for checking the address, but here it will do and it will check for numbers only. That also we will see how you can use compare to method. So likewise, there are, see, many methods, fine, and these are the methods notify, wait. These are the methods of thread, and for thread we have a dedicated chapter. So whenever I will explain the concept of thread, at that time you will come to know what is notify, what is notify all, what is wait having many parameters also. So you don't need to worry about these methods, and each and every method is not useful, fine. So never try to go and check what each method is doing. You never need to remember the use of each and every method, but simply if you have certain requirements that I want to compare to integer value, or let's say I want to find a byte value for this integer, I want to go with float value of this integer, I want to find double value of this integer, then you can do it, and for that specific methods are there. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then good. I thought that I was speaking since 5 minutes, and in the mobile screen I was observing that I'm mute. That's why. So here, let me just demonstrate a few methods. And let me use system.out.println, and we will try to see what output the methods are giving. See, if I say in.byte value, similarly, let me another method, let's say in.compare2, and here let me give another value, let's say 20. So what this method will do, it will compare 10 and 20 numerically. If both the methods are equal, then I guess it will give 0 or 1. I don't know what it will give, but it will give certain value. Let me just see what it will give. We can see it from the description also. Yeah, here it is written that the value 0 if this integer is equal to the argument integer. If both are equal, then it will give 0, and a value less than 0 if this integer is numerically less than the argument, and it will be greater than 0 if this integer is numerically greater. So simply what it will do, if both the parameters are equal, if I write in dot compare to 20, if 10 and 20 both are equal, then it will give 0. If this value 20 is less than 10, then it will give negative values, I mean -1, and if it is greater than, then it will give a positive value. Let's see what output it is giving. I think I have explained wrongly. See, the first method will, what it will do, it will convert this integer value into byte. So now onwards you can say 10 is byte also, because we have got the byte values for this integer. For decimal you can find hexadecimal value also, you can find binary value also. That also we are going to discuss. Using one line only you can convert the entire decimal value into binary. Fine.
Sir,
But here
repeat
what?
કરો, ન સમજ્યું.
Sorry.
Repeat કરો ને એકવાર.
Yes. See what I'm doing. I am using two methods. One method is byte value and the other one is compare to. What byte value method will do? It will give the appropriate byte value for this integer. So for example, as of now, this integer value is 10. I want to see for 10 what is the equivalent byte value. Then this method will do it for me. And for 10, byte value is also 10. That's why I'm getting 10. Now if I talk about second method, which is compare to, what it will do? It will compare two integer values. You can see here I am comparing this 10 and 20. So I have written in.compare to, and here I am giving the new value, and which I want to compare. So first value was 10, second value is 20. I am comparing both. If both are equal, then I will get 0. Let me just show you. See, now both the values are same. Both are equal, 10, 10. So I should get 0. You can say I'm getting 0. Fine. If I give, let's say 5. So if this value which I am passing while creating an object, if it is greater than the argument which I have passed in compare to, then I should get the +1. You can see. If this is larger, let's say 15, then I will get negative value, -1. So there will be three possibilities only, 1, 0 and -1. If this is greater, then I will get -1. If this is less, then I will get plus, and if it is equal, then I will get 0. So based on this, what you can do, you can put the conditions and you can compare the value. So for example, if I write if or let me just go with another value, write integer. If I write integer a is equal to in, can I say that integer a will have 10? Can I say that integer a will have value which is 10? Yes or no? Anyone?
No sir.
Yes.
No? Why no?
सर पूरा ऑब्जेक्ट स्टोर कर रहा है ना, वो ऑटोमेटिक यस यस हो जाएगा.
Yes, and this is known as unboxing. Right?
अनबॉक्सिंग नहीं है सर ये.
Correct, correct. You are right, Abhishek. This is unboxing because we are converting objects into primitives, and that's why it is unboxing and it can be done. So now if I try to print the value of a, then also I will get 10. Let me just put this comment, this in comment. You can say I'm getting 10. So in will also refer 10 and a will also refer 10. Now let's say I want to compare any variable. I can write integer b is 20, for example. And if I use the method like this, if a dot, sorry, not a, but if in dot, for here only I can write it directly. I can give the value like this. I don't need to go with this also. What is the error? Integer cannot be converted to boolean. Okay. If this equal, let's say true. Why I am not able to? Okay, I will get any integer values. I can write 0. Yeah, because the answer of this thing will be either -1 or 0 or 1. Are you getting me? If I will write in dot compare to 20, then answer of this will be either 0, 1 or -1. Yes or no?
सर
Yes, sir.
0 और 1 आएगा, -1 कैसे है?
Sorry?
0 मतलब कि जब नहीं होगा कंपेयर तब 0 आएगा, और होगा तो 1 आएगा, तो -1.
No. If both are equal, then I will get 0.
Okay.
See, let me print the same statement again. In dot compare to, and here if I give the same value which is 10, then I will get 0. Similarly, let me give one value in dot compare to, instead of 10 let me give 20. which is larger. So I will get minus 1, and here if I write in dot compare to, let me give the smaller value, let's say 5. So I am having 3 different cases. You can see case number 1 is having same value 10 10. Case number 2 is having larger value. Case number 3 is having smaller value. So accordingly I will get 0, -1 and 1. You can see 0, -1 and 1. So if both the values are equal, then I will get 0. If this value is larger, then I will get -1. If this is smaller, then I will get +1. So there will be 3 possibilities only, and based on the possibilities I can put my logic. I can go with the conditions and I can write my logic. So if I write in dot compare to 20, if is equal to 0, then I can say values are equal, something like this. I can put anything, values are equal, else I can put values are not equal, something like this. So this is not the ideal logic, but as per your requirement you can put your logic after having comparison. So you can say values are not equal. So in this case 20 and 10 both are not equal, so I'm getting the output values are not equal. So likewise you can use many methods. Fine, let me give few more methods.
सर
In
पहली
dot,
वाली वापस से समझाया ना,
which one?
बाइट वैल्यू.
Byte value, what it will do? It will simply give the appropriate byte value for this integer. So let's say I'm having integer value 10 and I want to find what is the equivalent byte value for this integer. Then equivalent byte value for this 10 is 10. Integer 10 is 10 in byte also. That's why I'm getting 10. In double also it is 10. Let me just give one more demo. If I write in dot float value, can anyone tell me what will be the output of this? In dot float value.
So 10.00 कुछ आया.
Yeah, see 10.0.
Okay.
So now you got it. So accordingly, it will give the equivalent value. Whatever value is there in integer, let's say integer 10, and I want to find what is the equivalent float value for this. Then I can write in dot float value. So it will give equivalent float value for this integer.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
समझ गया.
Yeah.
Yes sir.
So you can see there are many methods. As of now, you don't have the concept of hazing. It will be there in DSM, data structure management. So at that time you will come to know what is hash code and what is the concept of hazing. So that's why you will not get it. But here there are, other than this, there are many methods. You can see get class is there. If you want to see in is the object of which class, then you can go with get class. It returns the runtime class of this object, and the return class object is the object that is locked by the static methods. Let me just use it, and if I execute it, you can see the class name is java.lang.integer, and as I have already discussed, all the wrapper classes are available in java.lang package, if you remember. Fine. So at any time if you want to find this object is of which class, then you can use this method, get class method. It will simply give the name of the class. Is it fine? So likewise you can use many methods. Use all the methods. You can see sort value. If you want to convert an integer into string, then you can use toString. And you will not have an idea about these methods because these are the methods of threading. So I am not going to discuss these methods right now. Any doubts so far regarding non-static methods of integer class?
No sir.
Okay. Now similarly you can have many static methods also. Fine. And my question is, what if I want to access static methods of integer wrapper class? What should I do? I want to access all the static methods of integer wrapper class.
Integer.
So what should I? Correct. To access any static methods, you don't need to create an object. Using class name itself, you can access it. So what I will write? I will write integer dot, and you can say I'm getting list of methods. And whenever I click on any methods, you can see Description says the methods are static methods. You can see everywhere you will find static keyword. See, public static integer mean, public static integer max, public static integer lowest 1 bit, hashcode, get integer, decode, compare, bit count, bytes, max value, mean value. And if you don't know what is the range of this integer data type, then you can go with max value, mean value. See, range of integer in Java will start from -2147483648. This is the maximum value. So if I print this, similarly, let me just go and use many methods. Integer dot let's bytes, integer dot size, these are the static methods. Then type, then here only you can see it will compare two values directly. If I want to compare, let's say I'm having two variables a and b, and if I'm comparing it, let's say both the variables are having this value 40 and 60, then I will get the comparison also. And other than this, see, if I want to find the maximum value from two values, let's say one value is 100 and other one is 110, then whatever maximum value will be there, it will print the maximum value. Similarly, for minimum value also you can do it. You can convert any string value into integer, parse int. We have already used it, if you remember.
सर ये जो ऊपर डायलॉग बॉक्स लिखा आ रहा है उसमें इस मेथड का डिस्क्रिप्शन होगा?
Correct, correct. Here you will see the syntax and description also. See, it parses the string argument as a signed decimal integer. The character in the string must all be decimal digits. So here, for example, if I'm using parse int string, and here I write 10, something like this, then even though I have written it in string, I will get the integer value. Find equivalent integer value, which is 10. And let me go with few more methods. Then which method? See, reverse is also there. You can find the reverse numbers also for an integer. You don't need to write the code for it. See, to binary string also. Let me just use it. If I use two binary string, and here let me give let's say 20. So what it will do? It will give the binary equivalent of this 20. And what is the binary equivalent of 20? Can anyone tell me? 20 in binary is what? Can I say 10100? ये किसी को पता है कैसे फाइंड करना है बाइनरी वैल्यू कोई डेसिमल की?
सर पता तो है बट एक
अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है.
वो टेबल बोल रहे हो ना सर आप?
See, it's very simple. You can go with shortcut methods. And what shortcut method says? It says that you can go with this 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, like this. Now let's say I want to find binary value of 20. So what I can do? I can find the maximum possibilities. 16 is there. 16 plus 4 will be 20. So I can write 1 at both the places. So what I can do? I can write 1 here. Similarly, I can write 1 here. 16 plus 4 हो गया 20.
Yes sir.
Rest of the stuffs are 0. So I can say 8 is 0. Then 2 is also 0 and 1 is also 0. So 10100. Now let's say I want to find binary value for 23. Can anyone tell me binary value for 23?
10111.
You can say it is 16, so 1, then 16 plus 8 will be 24, so this is not useful for us, so it is 0. Then 1 will be here, 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 2, which is 22, plus 1, so 10111. Is it fine?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let us try to go with 20 and 23. And now let me run this program so that I will get output of all the methods. See. Let me put things in comment. Plot value.
Mean value के ऊपर.
Yeah. We'll start from mean value. Fine. See, this is the minimum value. So I mean, you are talking about range of integer. It will start from minus this value to, if you find maximum value, then you will get same value, but will have plus sign. Then 4 bytes are reserved. Size is 32 bits. So you can see there are many things. Then what type is there? Type is integer, which is int. Now see, I am comparing both the values 40, 60, and I am getting -1, means both are not equal. If both are equal, then I will get 0. Then integer dot max out of 100 and 110. 110 is the maximum value. Then integer equivalent value for this string is 10. You can see it is 10. Then binary value of 20 and 23. You can see 10100 and 10311. So now you don't need to write the entire logic for binary conversion. Earlier you were doing it.
Sir, ये parse int में क्या होता है?
पार्स आईएनटी क्या करेगा, जो स्ट्रिंग वैल्यू है उसको इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम हैविंग वन स्ट्रिंग वेरिएबल लाइक दिस, स्ट्रिंग s equal to 23, and if I want to perform few calculations, let's say integer c is there, and if I want to write 10 plus s, then I cannot do it. You can see, because both the types are not compatible. See, I am getting the same error, incompatible types. String cannot be converted to integer. So even though I know that 23 is an integer, but I have defined it as a string, that's why I cannot add it. But now if I give s here, or let me convert it here only, what I will do, I will write integer d is equal to integer dot parse int, and I can write the variable which is s. So what I have done, you can see I have used parse int method of integer wrapper class. What is the use? Use of this method is it will convert any string value into integer, but the condition is that string must have decimal numbers only. Here I cannot write 23a, otherwise it cannot be converted in integer, because a is never integer. Fine. तो कभी डबल कोट में कोई नंबर लिखा है तो वो बाय डिफॉल्ट इट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ स्ट्रिंग, but still if you want to use it as an integer, then you can use this method. So I have passed s here, and using this method 23 will be converted into integer and it will be stored in d. Now I can write d here, and if I print the value of c, then I will get 23 plus 10, which is 33. You can see I'm getting 33. Is it fine? So this is very useful method, integer dot parse int.
Yes, sir. समझ गया.
Yeah, so likewise in each wrapper class there are many methods. These are the methods which are available in each wrapper class. So in each wrapper class we don't need to discuss it. If I want to find the minimum and maximum value of character wrapper class, I want to find the byte, size, type, class, everything, then I can go with these methods. So this is what we have discussed about integer wrapper class. Now let's say same thing I want to do with character wrapper class. So what I can do, I can create an object of character wrapper class. You can see it is there, inbuilt class defined in java.lang. I can create an object, let's say c equal to new character. I can give any character the parameter, let's say I'm giving r. What is the error? Remove new character. Why? What is the value of this constructor? Char value. Giving the char value. C is already defined, that's why. Yeah. Okay, that was the error. Variable C was already defined here. You can see integer, so I cannot go with same variable. So now what I have done, I have created an object of character. Object is ch, and I can say ch will refer this character value, which is a. So again, in character class also there will be static and non-static methods. If I want to access non-static methods, then I am already having an object. So using this object ch, I can access all the non-static methods of this character wrapper class. So let me see how many methods are there. Ch dot. So again you can see char value. Again it will compare two characters. Equals method is also there. It will come equal. It will check whether two characters are equal or not. Get class is also there. Hashcode, toString, and notify all, and wait. These are the methods of thread. So there are very few non-static methods, and mostly the methods are not useful. So now I want to see how many static methods are there. Then what I can do, I can use the class name character dot c. There are many methods. Maximum value, minimum value, size, title, case, letter. So whenever you want to play with any string, then character wrapper class is very useful. Many times you might have noticed that if you want to go with a large number of text and you are not able to separate the paragraph, then paragraph separator is there, which is the method of character wrapper class. So you need to do it. You need to use this method. Space separator is also there. If you want to start punctuation from any point, then you can use that method also. Title, case, letter. If you want that every time when you use any sentence, then it will have title, case, letter, then you can use this method. If you want to find how many characters are there, you can count it. So there are many methods using which you can perform your complex task easily. Fine. Otherwise, to count the characters, you will have to put your logic. Here, method will do it for you. You don't need to use any logic to find how many characters are available. See, you can compare two characters. You can check whether character is a digit or number also, I think. And the methods are there. Let me see if it is. Yeah, it is there. You can see is digit. So for example, if I write character dot is digit and here I write a, then a is not a digit. But same thing if I am doing using dot is digit, let's say I am giving 5. 5 is a digit. A is not a digit. Fine, let me run this file. See, I'm getting false and true. So based on the comparison, many times we may have certain requirements that we want to find whether the entered thing is digit or number. So using this method, you can do it. Are you getting this?
सर
Yes.
इस समय आप ये ऑटो बॉक्सिंग अनबॉक्सिंग का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे हो, मतलब ये कहीं पे यूज हो रहा है यहाँ?
No, as of now I am not doing it, but simply if I am doing this, let's say I write character d equal to ch. What is the error?
सर डी इस्तेमाल हुआ होगा.
Okay, d is already there. Let me go with f. So see, what I am doing, I am assigning the value of object to primitives. Can anyone tell me what is this, unboxing or auto boxing?
अनबॉक्सिंग होगी.
Unboxing, sir.
Unboxing.
Correct. I am assigning objects into primitives. So if I am doing like this, then I can say I am using those concepts. But here I am just using the methods of character wrapper class. As per my need, I am using the methods. That's it. Otherwise, I am not using any other concept. Are you
Okay,
getting
sir.
it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let me show you how many methods are there. See, there are many methods. Even I don't know the use of each and every method, because whenever I am having certain requirements, I'm doing Google and I'm able to find the name of the method and I can use it because I know how to use it. And for example, if I don't know what this code point before method will do, but as of now I don't have any requirement. Whenever I will have requirement, I will find it out from the internet, and let's say I'm getting the solution that code point before is the appropriate method. So now I know how to use it. I just want to know what this method will do. And whenever you are free, you can read the description of each method. You can see, so that you will have certain ideas. Then see is digit, is letter, it is also there. Is lowercase, is uppercase, that also you can find out. Is it a space? Many times you need to find how many spaces are available in your string. For example, if I say for any given string you need to count how many words are there. So let's say I have given string like this. Welcome to Java programming. And I say you need to count how many words are there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 words. So that you can find out using few methods of character wrapper class easily. And if you don't know the use of these methods, then it is too difficult to count how many words are there. In that case, you will think about your own logic. For everything, you need to write the logic. आपको पता है कि जब स्पेस आएगी तो वहां से वो दूसरा वर्ड हो जाएगा. So you for each character you want to see whether it is space or not. That you can do using is space method. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So you can see is space char is there, using which you can come to know that whether it is a the character is a space or not. Similarly, for upper class, a white space is also included there. You can see character can be converted into string also. It can be converted to title case also. And so there are many methods. See. So that's why I said that it is not possible to cover each and every method. You can print this to find the range of character also.
सर ये राइट साइड में लिखा आता ना INT कैरेक्टर बूलियन, वो क्या है सर?
Just a minute. I think you are talking about this one, parameters.
हाँ ये राइट में सर.
Yeah. So okay, यहाँ पे वो है उसका, वो क्या है उसका रिटर्न टाइप है. दिस मेथड का वो रिटर्न टाइप है.
ओके सर. हाँ वो जैसे ट्रू फॉल्स दे रहा था बुलियन में.
Yes. See, for example, if I am clicking on is alphabetic, then return type is boolean, and here in the description also you can see public static boolean is alphabetic. So it will return true and false only. Similarly, if I go with get type, then you can see it is having integer return type.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And here as a parameter, whatever is written, it says that you need to give this kind of value. If I am using this method, then I can give character value only as a parameter. I cannot give integer value while using this method. Similarly, if I'm using is letter method, then I cannot write like this is letter 10. This will not work. Fine, let me just run this file. Oh, I think it is working. That's great.
सर बट करेक्टर नहीं बोला वहाँ तो.
वही तो. See, every time it is giving false, so it is not working. I'm using is letter A, then also I'm getting false. Here I'm giving 5. Then also I'm getting false, if you can notice. But if I give,
sir,
if I give 5 in character, then you can see this is false because it is not a letter. If I give A, then I'm getting true because it is a letter. And so that's why it is compulsory to give the character. If I write A only, then it is not character. If I give 10, then it is not a character. To specify characters, I need to use single quote. That's why it is compulsory. Otherwise, I can give number also, I can give character also. Accordingly, this method will check. Are you getting this?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Similarly, let me see if any methods are. See, there are many methods. So,
सर वो स्पेस वाला कुछ था ना,
sorry.
स्पेस
Yes, that
का
also
कुछ था.
that also we can discuss. Is space. Okay. Now I should get true. C. Because I already given space, and if I write A, then A is not a space, so I will get false. You can see I'm getting false. So for example, आपको ये check करना है कि यहाँ पे how many words are there. What you can do? You can execute your loop. Every time you can find the first characters and you can compare it whether it is a space or not. If it is a space, then you can increment the value of count.
तो सर
Fine.
ये स्पेस गिनेगा मतलब.
Yes, आपको for example इसमें count करना है कि how many words are there. What you can do? You can start with let's say one variable count is 1. Initially the value of count is 1. Now inside the loop you can check for each character. पहले आप W को get करो, check करो whether it is a space. No, then go ahead. Is it a space? No. So likewise you can compare it for all the characters. Now here I am getting space. What does it mean? If I am getting space, then after space I will have second word. So I can increment the value of count from 1 to 2. So likewise you can count how many words are there, and as far as I know, there is one program in your tutorial also in which you need to count how many words are there in any string. At that time you will come to know that how you can use this method. Fine, are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
So the concept of wrapper class is very useful. Even I am not having enough knowledge about each and every method. I am never saying that I know each and every method in detail. But as I said, you just need to know which method is useful for your requirement. If you know that, then accordingly you can use any methods from any wrapper class. But there are very interesting methods. And if you know the things about all the methods, then whenever you have such requirements, you can perform your logic easily without putting the complex logic. Is it fine? So today we have covered two wrapper classes, integer and character, and in the next session I will cover all the wrapper classes, because now in each wrapper class the things will be very similar. If I talk about byte, then again byte wrapper class will have static methods, will have non-static methods. As per your need, you need to use the methods. That's it. Theory will be common for all the classes. So in the next session, within 10 to 15 minutes, I will cover all the wrapper classes. So now, so far, if you have any doubt, then tell me. Otherwise, I'm about to end the session.
No, sir.
Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Then you can have a break of 3 minutes and then you can join the next session. Fine. Bye bye. Take care, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.